have a show on the Plastic Microphone Studios that is Fave Five for Fans. Okay, and what we do is we pick a topic, and then we invite someone to come on the show. Then they make a list of their 5 favorites. I make a list of mine, and then we sit down and we talk about them. But the whole thing about the show is that we do not compare them. We don't say mine's better than yours, that mine made more money than yours, any of that stuff, because it doesn't make a difference. It's about what's favorite. When you talk about something you love, you're going to have a good time. You're going to get the endorphins, the dopamine, maybe even some caffeine, who knows. So what this panel is about, it's going to be kind of along that line, but I'm going to have 3 lovely ladies joining me, and we are going to talk about cinematic femme fatales throughout history.
I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
I got a celebrity that's MIA.
That's okay. I got you right here.
I'm right here.
Yeah. A different celebrity.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. We do have to be sure.
Oh, yeah.
So, before we get started, does anybody have any questions? Everybody knows what a femme fatale is? Or you wouldn't be here unless I coerced you to stay.
Well, what's your definition of it?
Well, my definition, it basically has changed. When you start early on in the 30s and 40s, even some into the 50s, a femme fatale was generally a villain who was a strikingly gorgeous female. And then I think in the 60s and 70s, as some of these slides will show you, that starts to change. And then more current days, the aesthetics of what the woman in question isn't so important anymore as about maybe more of her motivations and her ways of getting her things done. But usually it involves them killing someone or setting up the means to kill someone. Now that's my definition. My panelists, I kind of just gave them the topic and said this is what we're doing, and we kind of went from there. So this is, if anybody doesn't know, the fabulous Cat Godsey of Breaux.
Yep, Breaux Historical Society and the Henning Cultural Center over in Sulphur.
Right here in Sulphur. Who just had her 5th anniversary?
At the Brimstone?
Yeah.
I think I'm at 6 now.
6 now, okay.
6 years there.
And if you're ever in town over there, it's so really awesome. They put some incredible things together over there. What's going on right now?
So we have the CPSB art show, but our next one is, it's called the Nuts and Bolts art show. It's where we work with the local charity, Care Help of Sulphur, and they give us like mass-produced prints and stuff, and we pay artists to remix them, and then we sell them back for charity. So like that TikTok trend where they put like, Bender and stuff into, little landscapes.
Oh, those are also like buying
Yeah, like not original art, but like the mass-produced stuff.
That's really cool.
So that'll be on in May. But I also am the cosplay coordinator for CyPhaCon, so you'll see me in my little Star Trek uniform today, running around, running the contest. I also performed last night at the ball. How many of you have been to the ball? Yeah? Did y'all have fun?
Yes.
It was good. It was our first year doing it, so I just really had no idea what to expect and stuff, but it seems like the drag show was really a hit.
Yeah. This means clapping.
Yeah.
I know that.
yeah.
I'm hip with you guys.
There you go.
Persons.
It can also mean clock it. Which is like whenever you're like reading somebody and you're like kind of like, like Jamie, that shirt's very loud, No.
No, loud is a good thing.
It
right?
is.
So,
You're looking snazzy.
Yeah, thank you.
Snazzy.
Yes.
My wife and girls got me this, so.
But I've been working with CyPhaCon for at least 5 years now, and before that I was a booth babe. I would go stand around the booth and hand out flyers and stuff. So yeah, I've been doing this for a hot minute.
Channing, are you doing anything the rest of the show? No.
I'm a booth babe. I'm a booth babe.
Yeah.
You are a booth babe.
Always need a booth babe.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and let's get started,
Yeah.
and then our other panelists will join us. So we're going to start out basically back with the birth of the femme fatale. And I'm thinking one of the very first ones was from 1930, The Wicked Witch of the West.
Nice.
From The Wizard of Oz, 1939, played by actress Margaret Hamilton. She obviously is a femme fatale because, look at her, she's gorgeous, right? She does have aversion to baths, which, you kind of get over. But she was one of the baddest babes back then. And I think she was one of the ways to start it out. Stop shaking your head. Does anybody else have someone from the 30s?
In the 30s?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if she's 30s, but I would say, shoot.
Never heard of her.
Would Greta Garbo in Casablanca? No, she doesn't count. She's not Femme Fatale.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the other one. Dang it. It's going to come to me.
Okay, it'll come to you. Yes, ma'am.
So I am very bougie. Mine's all typed out and organized. So give me a bit, and I'm about to school y'all.
Oh wow.
Hey, check it out sound. That's it.
We have plenty in here from next door.
Yeah. So, do you guys remember Pandora Box?
Yeah,
Lulu?
Pandora.
Lulu? Wow, I'm showing my age.
Fine.
What about Count Zacchaeus, Dracula's daughter?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So the 1930s gave us female fatales who felt almost mystic, women who didn't really seduce, but kind of more like haunt. Lulu from Pandora Box is chaos wrapped in silk, a woman who doesn't plan destruction so much as embody it. And Countess is elegance dipped in tragedy, a vampire who really just wanted to escape her own hunger, but can't outrun the darkness that's in her shadow.
Oh, okay. All right.
It
Plot?
was-
Yeah.
It was Vivian Rutledge in The Big Sleep.
Oh,
Lauren McCall.
yes,
Whenever I think
Lauren
of like Lauren McCall was such a great actress for that style.
And the first one's out. She's like, just be drawn by the siren wail.
That's fine. That's fine.
People next door.
I need
Just play it, girl.
out of
You
the
go.
floor entirely.
You go.
No worries.
Okay. The other one from the 30s is from a movie called Freaks. Now, a lot of people either don't know about this film or they avoid it because this was the film that Todd Browning, who was see Buzz is getting around town about the show.
Put it in there.
She was Olga Baklanova. Was this woman named Cleopatra. She was a high artist on the trapeze, and she married this little person who was rich. Now, Todd Browning got what we call canceled these days because his entire film is made up of people from the circus who would be, and I'm sorry if I trigger something wrong here, but they would be what we consider sideshow freaks, like the bearded woman and the snake lady and all these things. But what people didn't understand back in that movie is Todd Browning had grown up in the circus life. So he thought nothing of these are the people who need to portray these. So she's a bad lady. She ends up getting with the strong man, and they're going to kill poor little man. And but they're able to save that. So if you've ever seen this movie, stick to the very end because she gets her comeuppance. So
That movie was also banned.
oh, for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It's something else.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Isn't Freaks also considered one of the first mainstream like horror movies?
Well, I mean, that depends. I mean, Dracula came first, and so that was really, unless you go back to Nosferatu. Well, even before then, there was a Golem movie, but it was It is one of the very first ones. It is definitely one of the more shocking of that time, especially when you see that all of these people that are in here actually had those attributes.
So you guys want to know a fun fact that's kind of morbid?
Those are sponsored by Red Delta Rain.
Sweet. So, did you guys know that Nikki babies were technically part of circus acts? That's how they got the start for NICU.
Oh,
Wow.
They had all the sick babies put on shows, like slideshow plays for her sister.
Wow. Okay, well, we're going to jump to the 40s where we have the Noir Kings and the wartime shadows. This is, of course, when World War II was breaking out. It changed a lot of how movies, what they were reflecting at the time. This is Mrs. Danvers from the movie Rebecca, which was an early Alfred Hitchcock film. She is played by Judith Anderson, and she is probably where the word, the five-letter word "B" came from, because she makes poor Rebecca's life miserable, and she was something else. Then we're going to go to Elsa Bannister, that's played by Rita Hayworth. Y'all, this was a movie, a lady from Shanghai, and she was really involved in, I guess you would call it early drug trafficking, and not necessarily sex trafficking, but really bad lady, and also the epitome of what a femme fatale is going to in looks and in actions. 40s, anybody? No? You
I got
40s.
it.
I know you did.
She gave it credit.
I did.
That's my face student right there.
You're that student who messed up the curve for everybody in class.
Yeah, she does.
We're not going to talk about that. That was in my past.
Oh.
Okay, so I like caption the 1940s as shadows with perfect posture. I don't got posture. Y'all see the way I'm sitting? So the characters I chose were, I'm not going to try to pronounce the last name, but Phyllis Dutcherson from Double Indemnity and Kitty Collins from The Killers.
Oh, Double Indemnity was so great. That is where, have you seen that one? Okay, that's
Do
where.
you forget who my daddy is?
Oh, that's true. Sorry. Yeah,
My
yeah,
daddy taught me all my nerdy crap.
That's true. That's true. That's a great movie. She tries to kill her husband,
Mhm.
and it doesn't work. And then, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, since she's been tried and found not guilty, you can't try her again.
So the 40s are where the female fatales became a professional. Phyllis is a patron saint of bad decisions, a woman who could make murder sound like a business plan. So, any of my ladies? Kitty Collins, meanwhile, is soft on the outside and steel underneath. She's the kind of woman who lets you think you're choosing her, when really you're choosing your downfall 3 scenes ago.
That's what most men do. Okay, jumping forward to the 50s where we had glamour, subversion, and the Cold War. Bam. Eve Kendall from another Hitchcock film. Hitchcock, if you don't know, was just, some people will say the worst, but he was also the best at picking ladies that would fit what they needed at the time. He loved the blondes. There's another one that's played by Eve Marie Saint. North by Northwest is the famous movie where you see Clark Gable being chased by the airplane, and she is I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but she's not what she seems in the movie. So really great, turns out well. Good with 50s. You've got another 50.
I really have a lot of 70s.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Well, you got me beat on that one.
So my other one is going to be Annabelle Lauren. Annabelle, I'm just all about the other Annabelle. She is the woman who is the wife of Vincent Price in The House on Haunted Hill. She's played by Carol Omot. And she is actively planning his murder during the whole show with her lover. She ends up hanging herself, dying, but it was all put on. And then at the end of the movie, she tries to make someone kill Vincent Price, but it doesn't quite work.
I always remember like the weird kooky skeleton scene from that one.
Where he's got like a mannequin thing making it work. Yeah. It's really
so
great.
kooky.
It's really great. But again, beautiful and deadly.
And I love like every revision of House on Haunted Hill. Like they all have
It's
some
super
different
timeless.
types.
Yeah, it really is.
The only thing that I would say that kind of differs is the colors,
Yeah.
the color dynamics for it.
So
yeah.
I will say that there is an excellent colorized version, if you don't like black and whites, from Turner, TNT. They did, like, when they first started doing it, it was more like hues and everything. But if you ever watch this and if you like riff track, there's a riff track of it. It is beautiful. It almost looks like it was filmed in color. So you get to see several of these ladies in there. So, okay, 50s.
All right, so I captioned my 1950s glamour with a body count, and you guys, some of y'all should know me by now. I'm very dramatic, so enjoy my list. So the characters I chose was Vera from Gun Crazy and Lena Lamont from Singing in the Rain.
Oh, that's a good one. I wouldn't have pulled her.
You ready?
Yeah.
So the 50 female fatale is polished on the surface and volatile underneath. Vera from Gun Crazy is a sharpshooter with a smile sharp enough to cut glass. She doesn't lure a man, she drags him into the abyss. Lena isn't a murderer, but she's a villainess of ego and ambition. No offense.
Oh.
I love you.
No, that's my two best qualities.
She weaponizes reputation the way others weaponize seduction.
Boom.
Mic drop.
All right. We're getting close to you. We're in the 60s now.
Almost there.
Angela Lansbury, the serial killer from that TV show Murder, She Wrote. That she plays Eleanor Iceland in the 1960s The Manchurian Candidate. This is a story about her son, who was a POW in Korea, and comes back and has actually been kind of brainwashed along the way. And you find out she is actually in on it. Just like a horrific, I mean, just cruel and amazing. If you've never seen it, you need to watch it. I think they did a reboot.
They did a reboot.
Yeah, with Denzel, I believe.
Yes.
And then Catwoman, of course. There's a lot of Catwomen out there. I am a big fan of Julie Newmar. I actually got to meet her before. They did a special premiere of Oblivion. Do you remember Oblivion?
Yeah.
With George Takei and Carl Stricken. They were all there. We watched it in Houston, and then we got to meet them and take pictures. And even at 60-something, gorgeous. And I would not want to mess with her because the 60s were Spy Vixen's camp and the sexual revolution. Yeah.
So my caption for the 60s is seduction with teeth. So the
We can hear you coming.
Y'all ready? So the characters I chose was Helga Brennett from You Only Live Twice and Varla from Fassy Pussycat Kill Kill.
That's a movie.
The 60 female fatale is bold, stylish, and lethal. Helga is the Bond villain who almost gets away with it. Icy, elegant, and utterly unbothered by the body she leaves behind. Varla is a force of nature. Leather-clad, muscle car driving, and dominant. She doesn't need shadows. She is the nature.
That's it. All right. We're going to the 70s.
Yay!
And you can go first.
Yay! Okay, I've got you loaded up. Okay, so my favorite, when I instantly thought of like Femme Fatales, she's not a main character, but Mrs. Baylock from The Omen, the one who stands up and says, "It's all for you,
Damien.
Yes.
Wow.
That one, I definitely think of her a lot because, you know, she's kind of like, you know, one of the acolytes of the Antichrist and everything, and she brings in those Rottweilers, which is so iconic. So I really love Miss Baylock.
That's a good, I had never thought of her.
They've done, you know, like the more modern Omens and stuff, and I watched the first Omen, which was really good.
Oh, yes.
Like, some trigger warnings in there for like pregnancy stuff. It's very, very rough, but they do have a nun in that one that does the thing, stands up, and she sets herself on fire in that one. That was just crazy.
And self-immolation.
Yes, self-immolation. It goes crazy. Yeah. Another from the 70s that I love would be Master Superium from Suspiria. Suspiria is such a trippy movie. Oh my gosh, like that, the art and the direction of that and everything, as well as the remake. I actually really like the remake.
Yeah, they put a lot into it.
It's so Soviet. It's just so stark and everything. But technically, you could argue that the Coven is entirely full of Femme Fatales. That is their entire purpose and everything, is to get what they want through their feminine wiles and everything, dance, ballet, all of that. And it's just so fascinating. And then another one that I have up on the list for the 70s would be Nurse Ratched.
Oh, God, yes.
Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I mean, you take one look at her and you're just like, I don't want to mess with that. No. Not at all.
Yeah. Which is a great, both of those are great because this is where we're really starting to break down what the femme fatale looks like. It's not going to be necessarily the beautiful women who are using their wiles to bring it in. Now these people, excuse me, but they're just badass.
Yeah.
They know what they want, they know how they want it, and you better do toe the line or you're gonna feel the right.
They get a little more matronly, and even going a little further back, like I kind of think of like Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte,
yep.
You know, where like they kind of start really towing into that like older women intimidation archetype and everything. Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of that too, especially with the mothers. It's when we start to really understand that there were things going on, dark things going on in homesteads that make their way into real society. Because back then, every wife was at home, she took care of everything. Now they're getting jobs, now they're, being self-supporting. Yes, ma'am.
Can I plug Norman Bates? Is he technically a femme fatale because
yes,
he dresses up as his mom?
Yes, he is, because he is his mom.
He is his mom.
He is his mom.
Yeah,
that's
Norman
true.
Bates would count.
That's true. Watch him with Buffalo Bill.
The dude that wears the skin of his mother.
Oh, the other one.
I can't.
That's Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah. But the newer one.
The newer one.
Ed Gein.
Oh,
but that's real life. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
real life.
so there's that one.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, Buffalo Bill likes his girls roomy. Never forget that line.
Not me, I'm sick!
No, but he was literally Leland Stottlemyre on Psych, and I can't watch either of those
I know.
anymore. Just because I'm just like, that's Leland Stottlemyre.
Yeah, it's something else.
With the nipple piercing.
All right, 70s.
That's what I have for the 70s.
What you got?
I'm sorry.
I think
I'm
you broke
sorry.
her.
I'll go ahead.
You
pick
know the
up.
scene.
Yeah.
I can't quote it, but you know the scene.
So
It puts
now
the
we
lotion
go
on the skin.
to just deadly ladies who maybe don't necessarily have that darker reasoning for becoming what they are. Both Coffee and Foxy Brown. If you've never seen these movies from Pam Grier, you have got to do it. This woman was beautiful, badass, was perfectly fine living her life until mostly men came in, effed everything up, and now she's got to come out and make business. And if you don't know who this is, but you've seen Jackie Brown, it's the same actress, okay? Just wonderful and beautiful. And Nurse Ratched, 1975.
Thank you.
There you go.
And you?
Okay, so I entitled this entitled?
Yes, you're
Title?
entitled. You're entitled. Go right ahead.
Titled the 70s Rage in High Heels. The characters I chose was Carrie White from Carrie
Yes.
and the Stepford Wives. So the 70 Femme Fatales is born with pressure and she explodes. Carrie White is a powder keg of trauma and telekinesis. She's not seductive, she's just righteous. And hi, welcome. And the Stepford Wives, they're the most terrifying kind of female fatale, the kind built by men, perfect, smiling, obedient, until we snap.
What's wrong with that?
I'm a little concerned that you looked right at me when you said
Well,
that.
Okay, so up to this point, have we had anybody did we miss anybody that you guys want to shout out about before we move on? No?
I
You
did-
want audience participation?
I did have another one that I wrote down before, which was Madeline or Judy in Vertigo.
Oh,
Where they kind of
yes.
subvert the male gaze in that one
Yes.
in order to kind of, I really like her a lot.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm-
Another Hitchcock, another blonde, if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
mistaken.
Oh, shout out to Tippi Hedren.
Oh
poor
my
thing.
God.
We love Tippi Hedren. Okay, she wasn't a femme fatale in that, but she did get
Yes, ma'am.
tortured by Alfred Hitchcock.
Rosemary's Baby.
One more time.
Rosemary's Baby.
Okay, who? Are you talking about the Ruth Gordon character, the old lady?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
actually a good one.
It
And
is.
that character is really timeless because you see her character being portrayed in more modern days.
Yep, that's a good one. I
Thank
like
you.
that. I like that. Because you had an answer, you get an I participated sticker. Come up. You can come up now if you like, because that's brave enough. These are only given out to people who participate. Okay, so we'll be getting to the 80s. We start having yuppie nightmares and corporate ice queens. You cannot talk about a femme fatale without talking about Alex Forrest, played by Glenn Close.
Yes.
Okay, in Attraction. I will not be ignored. And if you haven't seen it, you'll get it when you do see it. This is a woman who has an affair with a married man and basically thinks he's going to just leave her and go, but she will not be ignored. And it's not a good thing to be a cheating husband or a bunny rabbit in this movie. So she knows what she wants. She's not going to take no for an answer, and you're not going to treat her like a piece of...
We won't back down. Not right now. Sorry, off my head.
And I have to say, being a child watching TV in the 80s, this woman here, actress Jane Balder, who played Diana from the V miniseries and then from the V TV series, I was infatuated with this woman. How someone could be so beautiful, but yet so mean and so cruel, and that could eat a hamster without having to cut it up. It's just, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. What is it? If you know, you know. Okay. Anyway, this to me was when I started growing up and watching my own stuff. This is the kind of woman that I thought of when I thought of a femme fatale, because she was beautiful, cunning, deceitful, murderous, and she was an alien. So anyway, okay. What about you?
So I entitled the 1980s, kind of under him, Neon Ice and Beautiful Lies. And the characters I chose were Rachel from Blade Runner
Oh, yeah.
and Lydia from Beetlejuice. So the 80s female fatale is glossy enrichment and is extinctional. So Rachel from Blade Runner is dangerous because she doesn't know what she is. And once she does, she becomes unstoppable. Lydia isn't a villain, but she's gothic anti-heroine whose darkness is her armor. I'm sorry, that sounds like me in high school. She's the girl who sees deads and doesn't flinch.
Very true.
I think, was it 80s Dangerous Liaisons? Or was that 90s?
I don't know, but
Order.
I think it's right around there. Go ahead and go with that one.
Okay, the Marquis de Merteville. I don't know, she's beautiful and scary. And, I don't know. I like scary women.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a type?
It's all right.
Look.
Moving on.
Go for it.
Okay, so the 90s.
Oh wait, Jamie. Hang on one second.
Oh, I'm sorry. You only get one sticker though.
Speaking of 80s and Beetlejuice,
Yes.
Winona Ryder and Heathers.
Oh.
Heather.
Yes.
You're right.
Even though it wasn't her idea, it was an accident at
Yeah.
first, but it still went down.
Well, she was forced into the situation for sure.
Oh, by the end, she was into it. She was like, well, let's do it.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
burn this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I actually have two. One is 80s and the other one is more 90s. So the 80s, would Jessica Rabbit count? Because on the outside, she fills all the requirements, but based off of her action, she's more like she's subverting the stereotype.
Yeah. And she's just drawn that way.
She's just
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
she's
She's
not
not
bad.
bad.
So-
And the
She was
second
like
one
that
would
in
be
Frame Roger.
sort of along the lines of Beetlejuice, but Morticia Adams from the Addams Family.
Yes.
But I wasn't sure whether or not that was 90s.
Yeah.
Since the Addams
It's-
Family has been around for forever.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about to
so
say,
it's
there's
like
so many
movies
adaptation
in the
variations and
90s.
reasons
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And because we don't define what you consider, they're both correct.
Woo!
There you go. All right. So, Basic Instinct, I think to this day still holds the world's record for most freeze frames. This woman redefined what a badass lady is. Did she kill? Did she not kill? Is she innocent? Is she all of these different things? And she knew how beautiful and gorgeous she was, and she used every bit of that to her advantage. And Newman just didn't know what to do with it. So I'm going to definitely go with Sharon Stone and
Got it.
Annie Wilkes.
Yeah.
Again, flipping the script on what these women are expected to look like and expected to be like. This, if you don't know, this Stephen King only had one woman that he wanted for this role, and it was Kathy Bates. And thank God she took it because she is perfect in this film.
He was the only one who believed in her because she was in theater, and when she wanted to move from theater to get into acting, they told her she wasn't pretty enough to be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And I forgot what other film the director did with Stephen King. He suggested her, and he was like, well, I'm going to go with you because you helped me out with my other movies, and that, like, oh, Andre the Giant. What movie did he play for Stephen King? I cannot remember, but he was like, well, since you did that, we're going to go and get her because you said it, and I believe in you.
I would like you to tell me because I don't know what movie that is.
I cannot remember.
Google.
I got
Yeah.
it. I got it.
Oh,
It's the same director from Princess Bride, so.
Yeah,
That's
Rob.
what it was.
Oh, it's
That's
Rob
what it was.
Reiner.
Right.
Yes, Rob Reiner.
Yeah,
that's
he
it.
told Stephen King, he was like, well, I believe in you, so we're going to go ahead
Yeah,
and do
and
Kathy Bates.
Boy, was he right. Oh my God. So the 90s, getting toward the end of the century, ladies.
So in the 90s, we had Interview with the Vampire. We all know the Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt version.
Whatever.
I'm gonna connect it to the AMC show. Hasn't any of y'all watched the new one? Okay. Claudia
Yes.
Yes.
is a femme fatale.
Yes.
And you cannot tell me otherwise.
Nope.
So there's a discrepancy between the books and the books. I think she's turned at like 5 years old, which is super hard to adapt into film. So a lot of people have the complaint. They're like, they made her too old. You cannot get a 5-year-old to be a vampire.
No.
That's scary. That's weird.
Kirsten Dunst was amazing
so good.
So good.
That little scream when she just lets it all out. And Claudia's problem, because she was turned when she was young, is that she cannot control her emotions whatsoever, because that is just how it is for vampires. So she literally has a bloodlust her entire life, goes on a killing spree. If you watch the TV show without any spoilers or anything, like, they can't control her once she gets out into the world and everything. And there's this incredible part where she's like just going out there and ripping off body parts and hiding them in her closet, and then brings a corpse home and everything. And it's just,
It's just girls being girls. I mean, I've got two of my own. I know that stuff.
Yeah. But I think they really amp up her character in the AMC series. They're able to go a lot more in depth. I love both actresses that played her. They both have just such talent. But that first season was just so iconic, and like Claudia, like, is honestly my favorite character in the show.
No,
If
that's
you haven't
great,
watched
dude.
Interview, the AMC TV show, just watch it. It's so good. And like Louis and Lestat, you guys. Lestat's coming back.
Yay!
Anyway.
Okay.
So I captioned the 1990s, The Mind Becomes the Weapon, and the characters I chose was Susan Stone, To Die For, and the Baroness from G.I. Joe.
Really? That's a good one.
I did my research, y'all. And I might have watched these out. Don't tell my work I did this, but I was watching a few of these for my research.
Ah. Well.
So the 19th Femme Fatale is media savvy and self-aware. Susan Stone is a sociopath. Wrapped in pastel, a woman who believes fame is worth killing for.
What? Don't look at me. I haven't had to kill anyone for fame yet. I come at that naturally.
She's still young.
Nothing that you. Oh, yes.
And then the
One second. We'll get it. Finish.
And then the Baroness is her opposite, sleek, ruthless, and a corporate noir to her core.
Exactly. Yes.
I like the same one. It's both from the 70s and the 80s.
Uh-huh.
It's originally a literature character, then comic, then movie. Red Sonja. It's like
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's a titular
Yeah.
pulp.
I can't believe Nelson just walked out. No.
It's a titular pulp fantasy femme fatale.
Yes, for sure.
Because I say literature because the original short story version was different time period than Marvel Comics adapted her to put her same thing as Conan, and then that's what influenced the movie. And she still has an ongoing comic series to this day.
Want it? Yeah, that's a
And
great
that
one.
bikini armor, I mean,
What?
iconic.
Oh my God.
I love bikini armor. We're in a different era now. Okay, we're owning it.
Yes.
Love it.
I know I do.
'Cause
So you get a sticker. That's a great one. And because he's not here, Nelson loves the new 4K version that just came out. He's already bought it, and he just can't wait for it.
I didn't see the new movie yet.
Yeah.
I was a fan of the original Marvel comics, and like when they would have reprints, I would want to get those as soon as I could. And then Dynamite has owned the rights, and they had pretty good series, but it's a little weird because nowadays, like, they have ongoing series, but then they stop and we on again, off again, on again, off again. So it's like so many different iterations of the same character now.
Yeah.
But still, at least when they keep depending on the right, they keep the spirit of her, she can be gone.
That's it. Great pick. You can get a sticker too. Thank you for participating. Okay, we're gonna get. You got another one?
Yeah, just for the 90s,
Go.
but also quick tie-in. I know we already mentioned Catwoman,
Yes.
but Michelle Pfeiffer's
Yes.
Catwoman and Eartha Kitt. I love Eartha Kitt. Both so iconic. But that scene where Catwoman whips all of those mannequins,
Oh yes.
that was done in one shot.
One shot.
One
No
shot.
stunt person either.
The crew had to like stifle their
Yes.
excitement until they called cut because
Yes.
it was so insane. She just
And of course, Eartha Kitt was a force of nature. And I don't know if you've ever seen the animated. They did a '67 movie animated version, and at one point Batman gets clobbered and he's like down on the ground, and Catwoman's running to him, and they kind of split apart, and it's all three of the animated ones. I was like, bravo,
That's so cool.
bravo. Yes, sir.
Underrated pick from the 90s. There was a movie called Boomerang. It was a romantic comedy starring Eddie Murphy, and it had Robin Givens as a femme fatale. She never killed him, never did anything to him physically. She just broke him down emotionally and professionally.
So modern day love stories.
Pretty much.
Pretty much every woman I ever dated up until. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's just, real high up at this ad agency. She just kind of comes in and just takes him down totally. The only unrealistic part is that Robin Givens was the, highly sexualized femme fatale love interest. Halle Berry was the cute one that he realized he had to settle for.
Settle.
Yeah, exactly.
If I had to settle for Halle Berry.
Exactly. But yeah.
Okay, so we can move on to the 2000s. We're getting closer. And I've got to start off with Lucy Liu as Oren.
Yes.
That dinner scene.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Oh my God. She's so badass. All of the women in this movie are badass. All of them could be considered femme fatales, okay? But she really exemplifies, this is all you see of her. With the bride, you see the other sides of her, you see the nurturing person, you see all this. But Oren is only a bad person. Only out to kill these men.
We were in sync on this one because
I was actually more Backstreet Boys. Anyway.
Old Town.
Trauma, Blood, and Rebirth. I actually chose the bride from the list.
Okay.
Kiddo.
Yeah, that's
The
it.
bride crawled out of her own freaking grave and came back swinging. She's not a villain. She's a reckoning.
True. You can go to the church,
Yeah, where it's from.
and it's a real church, and there are people there, and they'll let you in and go take pictures. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Move on. You got one?
Yeah, mine are like later.
Okay. We're gonna keep going. Babe. Firefly. This is Sherry Moon Zombie from the blockbuster Villainesses and Action Bad Girls. I don't know if you guys have seen actually 3 movies: House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil Reject, and 3. She is kooky. She is crazy. She uses every bit of her sexuality, femininity, her everything. Yes, we have our own in here. This is the wonderful scene where she is.
And
Oh!
Women Terror.
Yes.
With the gun leg.
Oh my
Rose
God,
McGowan.
yes.
Rose
Okay,
McGowan.
yeah.
Yes.
She's a go-go dancer who loses her leg. It's machine gun prosthetic. Full femme fatale. Absolutely.
Oh, 100%.
Technically, they do have several more in that. Dakota Block, Mary Shelton, the doctor with the syringes.
That's the girl right there.
And the twins, played by Electra and Elise Avalon.
Yeah.
I definitely think of like Grindhouse sometimes.
Jumping back to, I'm going to come to you next. Jumping back, it just reminded me, I am so mad that we never got the Robert Rodriguez, Rose McGowan, Red Sonja movie. I don't know if you ever saw it. They made posters of it and they took pictures of her in it.
Yeah.
That would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
There's another 2000s. Love or hate the series because it's a video game adaptation of the series. Mila Jovovich, Resident Evil.
Oh, yes. I love
yeah.
those.
Oh, yeah.
I love
There's a
Help me, Leo.
animated one I want to mention. It's anime, but it has multiple adaptations from the 90s to the 2000s. The Major Makoto Kusaragi from Ghost in the Shell.
Okay.
Because she's the head of the unit, other than their boss, the chief. She's like on the field agent, like head agent, doing all the major stuff.
All right. I know the name, but I'm not familiar with the character.
Thank you for doing your research too.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to move into 2010s. Complex anti-heroines and the sympathy shift. All I got to say is Cersei Lannister. I mean, come on. Do I need to really go into anything else? Lena Headey is amazing in this role. She's so good at being bad that when her son dies, I don't even feel bad for her. I mean, of course, she was the most hated person in the entire show, maybe in TV history. But she takes everything she has and turns it to her advantage. She doesn't care who gets hurt, who gets killed, what cities she has to ravage. She is an ultimate baddie. And she has no shame either. Yeah, it's shame. Sorry.
Cersei, I wanted to know it was me.
And then I picked Rose Armitage from Get Out. Okay? Here is a perfect example of not knowing what you get until you got it. She was so sweet and loving, and she brings him out. It's such a nice place to go. But I don't know about y'all, but as soon as I saw her pour her cereal into her milk, I knew she was a psycho. There, you know, that right there should be one of those tests.
Yeah.
But she turns on him so fast and has absolutely zero, no affection, no care, no anything. He is just another animal in the experiment.
That's Jordan Peele, right?
Yes, from
So,
And then when she ate the cereal and dropped the milk separately.
Psychotic. We should have known.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie did. Okay, so another Jordan Peele film. I'm a huge fan of Jordan Peele. I love his horrors.
Oh, you should see her.
Oh, my Nope
Your
cosplay.
Nope costume.
I did the juke suit.
Yes.
With the UFO on the back. I love that too. Okay, so technically I feel like she fits, but she doesn't because she has a doppelganger. In the movie Us, have y'all seen that one?
Yeah.
Adelaide, is that Lupita Nyong'o's
Yes.
character?
Lisa.
She is so spooky, that doppelganger. Me up, man. Like I don't know. I learned that I have a phobia of doppelgangers from that film. Yeah, but
See, I have a thing for twins, but I think that's different.
That's
Never mind.
different thing.
Yeah, different thing.
But that movie is so good, so well paced.
So well.
It leaves you kind of confused. You're gonna want to go Google it, watch video essays afterwards because it's so
Down
confusing.
the rabbit hole.
It's so weird. And then that little mix that they do of I got 5 on it, like that stays in my rotation on my playlist. I love that version. It's so spooky. And then I don't know, I just always think of the scene where she says, Siri, call the police, and she says, got it, playing
The police.
by NWA.
Cat.
Such a good scene. Okay, all right.
You're trying to call 911 on my phone.
I'm not. I did. Oh my god! It literally just great. They're gonna call back.
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
Sorry.
That's
Sorry. I didn't know you had Siri.
Stop.
You have to answer and tell.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I didn't. Why did it trigger with my voice?
Yeah. We are so sorry. We're doing a panel, and we just.
It's not. It's not.
No,
emergency.
there's no
Cancel.
emergency. It just the phone picked up on its own. Everybody's fine. So sorry about that. Everyone is looking and laughing at us right
Say
now.
hey 911.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thank you.
You too now. Okay, bye-bye. I'm surprised all
I'm
of our
not
phones.
an iPhone user.
Yeah.
I just want to say that.
Yeah.
I use an Android.
So, that's hilarious.
They've
Oh,
got
you
a foul on you
Well,
now.
apparently that scene was completely concocted
Completely-
made up
yeah,
because
it's real.
Siri would not have played NWA.
All right. You have another, oh no, she will. You got another one? Yeah, either one.
Sorry.
She's
I can
used
go.
her time.
I'll let you compose yourself.
Okay, I'm good. What's up?
Okay. Another one that I had, I'm a huge fan of horror. Guillermo del Toro is another one of my favorite directors. Crimson Peak.
Yes.
Crimson Peak.
Yes.
Lucille Sharp is so evil, you guys. She's so awful. But at the same time, you can't, like, she's haunting. She's beautiful. You're just so, like, zoned into her.
Yeah.
And you do not figure her out. Like, you know from the instant she's introduced, this is a bad chick.
Yeah.
But, like, you don't figure it out until that one scene in the attic, and you're just like, it's disturbing. I watched that movie with my mom, and I was like, oh god, I can't be here. It was bad. But it's a great film. Beautiful, beautiful. And we had Doug Jones at the convention a couple years ago. He played a lot of the monsters
He's the
in that.
best.
I listen to the reason I love Del Toro is he always wants to use practical effects,
Yes.
use people as much as possible, those costumes, monsters, so great.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you.
So 2010s, I captioned it "Sympathy for the Devil," and the characters I chose was Amy Dunn from Gone Girl
Okay.
and Hela from Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Dun-dun.
So the 2010s gave it. Y'all, I'm really cold, so I'm sitting on my hands.
It's
That's
pretty.
okay.
Sorry, so I zipped up my jacket.
I love it.
The 2000s, I don't have a jacket. The 2010s gave us villainous who are terrified because they're right.
Mm-hmm.
Amy weaponized narrative herself. She didn't seduce, she script. And Helen is the goddess of death with a crown of blades and a grunge older than civilization.
I'm with that. That's down. Okay, so we're getting close to the end. We are in the 2020s of reclamation, reinvention, and the villain era. So I don't know how many people have seen this movie before. It is the AT&T girl, as we all know. I hesitate to even do this because I don't want to spoil it for you. But she is so sweet and so, fun. So girl next door, she's being helpful. She's all of this. And it turns out she's the werewolf at the end. And it is so well done. And she does this little dance with some kombuchas that, almost makes me want to drink kombucha. But it's not much. And I'm not even, it's Milena Viantro?
Milana Bianco.
Yeah, so the AT&T girl. Lily, the AT&T girl.
I got a Mississippi accent. That word would have not came out right.
Yeah.
It's Slavic.
And of course, Margot Robbie as, you can't go wrong with Harley Quinn. She is the entire gambit, both crazy at the beginning, and then she becomes the classic anti-hero who wants to do the good thing and uses all of those skills and everything. Yeah, pudding. To save the world from the huge Patrick. And she's amazing. Ladies?
I also had Danny from Midsummer written down.
Yes.
Danny is very complicated, very sympathetic. In no way an anti-hero, I think, but in the end, I would say that part of what makes her a femme fatale is her femininity and just the way that she's adopted into the cult and everything, whether she knows it or not. The sacrifices at the end and everything, it's not Danny's fault. We're gonna blame the cult.
Sure.
But Danny was definitely complicit, and kind of, you see that smile at the end,
Everybody wants a
theory
teddy bear.
that was correct was that everything was put in place to lead her there.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was already, she was complicit because they knew they were going to get her at first.
Yeah.
Like the whole death scene, all
Yeah.
her family dying, that was planned, everything.
And shout out to her boyfriend, because it was his fault. Again, technically not because his sister killed the family, but if he hadn't told her to ignore her instincts, never let a man or woman tell you to ignore your instincts.
Or yourself.
Or yourself. You
Or
listen to
yourself.
your gut.
That's right.
And you do the thing that you think you need to do, because that could have prevented whatever, all that.
I got to jump on your rail real quick.
Mhm.
I have to say, if I have one piece of advice to give young people, and I think this generation is doing that a lot more than mine did, is we all know we're at that point where I don't really feel comfortable about this, but you don't want to upset anybody. You don't want to be rude. You don't want to. You know what? You can always apologize later if it turns out. If you don't think the situation is wrong, you need to get out of it. And too many people, I think, from younger generations like mine, not to blame, victim blame, but knew they should extract themselves from that situation.
So I'm gonna jump onto the both of them real quick. So I'm usually traveling alone for conventions and everything, and we usually don't get done until really, really late. I ran into all LCP and security. I said, I do not have my taser, but I have my personal alarm. And they're like, please don't pull that.
Yeah, definitely listen to your gut. That's something I've had to teach myself over the years by overextending myself just professionally and everything, and saying, I'll do that, and then at the end I'm just like, why did I agree to this? And I knew in the back of my mind I didn't want to. So these days, whenever that little voice comes up and says, you're going to be miserable with this, I listen.
Act your wage.
Yep, act your wage.
Act your wage.
Yeah.
Okay, any more?
I
know you guys.
You got some?
I'll do mine first and let her finish this out. Infinity Pool. Gabby.
I haven't seen that one.
You guys suck.
Infinity Pool.
So, it is a surreal, violent, sociological descent into identity collapse. Me in high school. Okay, actually, fun fact real quick. Kat and I actually went to school together.
Ah.
And we did theater together. So that's why Kat and I can joke the way we can. And her husband was actually my neighbor growing up. So I would literally knock on the door, is Kat here? So that's the reason why we have the jokey, fun relationship. And I love her. Anyways, So Gabby from Infinity Pool is a seductive chaos engine who dismantles people for sports.
Oh, okay.
And then Pearl from Pearl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Girl.
God, she's a
Yeah,
so
a girl who becomes a star so badly she'll kill for it.
badly, yes.
That outro from that film, just where it's just the slow. Mia Goth should have gotten a freaking Oscar nom for
She
that.
kept
Like,
doing it, and the director was like, well, we're gonna keep rolling until you stop. That's why it's so long, because when she finally stopped is when they cut.
it really
I
was.
feel like that's like when you're at family dinner and you haven't seen like your cousin in a while and you're just like,
I did have a couple
Go ahead.
more. Okay, going back to the tins, Regina George.
Oh, yeah.
Regina. Sorry.
She's the worst, and she deserved to get hit by that bus.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
She did. And then the last one I had on my list was Mystique.
Oh,
Again,
yeah, okay.
kind of
Which
like-
one?
Well, I think of J Law.
Okay.
Even though she was like trying to do stuff for good, she's still kind of bad,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Which
I agree.
Mystique are you thinking of? Or like comic book Mystique?
No, I'm thinking of Rebecca Romaine's famous.
Okay.
Okay, she was from the original X,
Okay,
1, 2,
the
and
first
3.
one, yeah.
Yes. Though, don't get me wrong, they're all, but for me, it's gotta be Rebecca. When she takes that security guard and injects it
With
in the butt with,
iron.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah. Mystique was.
Speaking of, I actually have another comic book adaptation, Femme Fatales.
Okay, you okay, girl?
Crazy. Thumbs up.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, I just tried.
Oh, nobody saw it. That's okay. But now everybody knows, so we'll probably pull it up with the camera later.
What you got, Bill?
Black Widow, but not the Scarlett Johansson, Natasha Romanoff.
Uh-huh.
But it's a very specific time, starting from her first appearance in Iron Man 2 up until like the first Avengers. Because starting with Captain America Civil War, they start fleshing her out as more of a character. But in like her first two major appearances, she's there to scope out Tony Stark, who, you know, doesn't catch on until Nick Fury tells him, hey,
Yeah.
pretty redheaded lady works for me now.
Yeah.
And then she was later on specifically recruited in the first Avengers to get Bruce on board. Like, they have the interrogation scene in, I want to say India, but it was somewhere very remote.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, specifically the early Natasha Romanoff Black,
Yeah.
because especially with her later on, as well as with her sister Yelena, another Black Widow.
Right.
They try to go more in a different direction, more fleshed out.
I have one.
All right.
Yeah, my
Not that I
last-
was, asking for that.
From Full Metal Alchemist, Lust.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like she's just drawn like exactly what you would think of Femme Fatale, and her name's Lust. So you know. I'll get
Okay,
one after.
awesome. Yeah, you get one. You got one last year too,
I
didn't
did
you?
not.
You didn't?
No.
Okay.
Two more, especially when you was talking about instincts. Your next, I think her name was Erin,
Yeah.
and then Ready or Not.
Yeah. No, Erin was the daughter of the survivalist. She's the one that took care of everything. That
Yeah.
one? Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, and again, yours is yours. I think more of a final girl.
Yeah.
And because I love the way that it has changed since. And you can go back, we can all kind of say that Jamie Lee Curtis was one of the first final girls. And no offense, to her, to Lauren Strode, is she kind of stumbled her way into survival, okay? And I love the way that they came back later on when they wiped all of that other stuff and came back to the first of the three in Halloween movies, where she took that situation and those experiences and she made her life, I'm never going to be that victim again. And she becomes, for me, one of the best Femme Fatales because she switched it. And what you're saying is, she, as soon as all of this stuff starts happening, she takes charge in a way that I love when the characters make the smart decisions.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of us would do that, or we'd hope that we'd do that, instead of standing around behind the wall of chainsaws while the serial killer's looking for us, So
Very last one for me. Oh.
Okay.
Can I do my intro real quick since I was late?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So, hey y'all, I'm Kristin. I am a mom, a wife, a programming, a storyteller, and someone who spends a lot of time studying the archetype of dangerous women. When I build a character, I start with their silhouette, their posture, and the way she holds a secret behind her teeth.
Oh.
So when I talk about Femme Fatales, I'm not just thinking about plot, I'm thinking about present, the present that bends light around her. And I'm not here to redeem these women or condemn them. I'm here to appreciate the way they haunted the frame.
Nice.
Thanks for not dropping the mic. Okay,
My
last one.
very last one, Eve from Ballerina in the John Wick series.
Oh,
if you
okay,
haven't
okay.
seen Ana de Armas hold a flamethrower, you need to. I'm just
dream
saying.
about that one.
I'm just saying. Her motivations are technically bad because she's part of, whatever the evil little Russian group and everything.
Yeah.
But she's so good in that. And I watched that in the theater, and it was honestly one of the first times I've felt like I've seen like a female-led film like done right. Like they did not sexualize her intensely. Like she was just a badass from start to finish.
Gunpowder Milkshake is, you need to see Gunpowder Milkshake. It is an almost all female led. Okay. It's got so many incredible people. I can't even start to name them now, but you definitely have to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Sigourney Weaver.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Of course. Of course.
In Alien?
And all of them.
Yeah.
About anything.
Yeah.
Oh, and what's that one? The '80s one?
Aliens.
No, I was thinking of shoot. No, Work Hard or Die Trying Girl. Working Girl.
A Working Girl. Yes.
Sigourney Weaver
yes.
and Working Girl.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry,
true.
she was a bad girl.
Well, I just want to thank everybody for being here. Again, we're FFFF from Fans. You can find us on the web. We're on everything. Please come up. I got some stickers for you. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel right here. And just remember, if you don't like the episodes, you get your money back. So thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate all of y'all.
And please come
And my
watch.
girls, my ladies.
Please come watch the cosplay contest at 4 p.m. on the main stage.
That's right.